we're waiting.
Nu kollar vi på lite Dota.
I hope that wasn't something rude.
Don't want to have to deal with him, but in comes Ame. Wants to find Young here again. They skewer right back into the center. Ame is just dominating. They'll go throughout the kinetic field. Ame finds his kill over on the Fade. They'll go and they'll drop that second point, but it doesn't matter because they've got a BKB. Soulbind comes out. They'll take down Paparazzi. They're not done. Ame, he wants his chance to go skewer right back again. Will they give? There it is.
All 5 of them fall down.
Gaming are very grouped up in towards the mid. We'll see MP go for the Omni Slash. They get the silence off as well. The bounces around. BKB's going to be popped by old Chicken, but Kaka's already dead. They get the Dream Core snap back as well. Onto the OD. They're on top and down. In fact, he stays down. He's still alive. They're turned. MP Eclipse. He's not done. Dash is able to blink out after the Astral Lens. Old Chicken is still alive. Arbed is hunting. In fact, Arbed gets the kill. They may lose Arbed as well as they've found him, but in fact, Arbed, he might just get the kill.
He gets the kill.
Oh, he's still alive. Is he going to stop blinking up? Very easy for them themselves to get a kill on Keen before they go for rush. They jump in. They find Kaka. Kaka's been rooted. BKB pressed by MP as he's trying to commit. They are back around the shrine. Their Dream Call down onto the two of them. Dark's going to be stunned up. They've lost Kaka. Omni's left with the silence again. Arbed, these silences screwing with Keen Gaming.
All right, there's the axe pickup. They're so postured over here. This has got to be so scary. Oh my god. Oh, and they find themselves a target. We'll get the glimpse off, but they've got the BKB. There's the black hole coming out from MI. He'll be able to hold them in place for so long, but now Inverse of Triple Ame coming through. He's going to be able to burst it. No, he's not going to be able to. Ame's going to be in Soldier. It's going to be taken out. They go and they drop the stairs there. They've got the BKB over on the Death Prophet. She's trying to make as much cash as she can. Trying to just stay alive. Trying to put out damage. Trying to take down anything, and she can't. GG gets called.
Another day at Dota 2 here at the next bit. I'm so happy you guys decided to get out of your beds early for some action, some Dota action here today, because it is gonna be absolutely amazing, but we need some more people to make it extra amazing. So let me be the one to welcome, together with, of course, Thomas and the band, it is time for Sir Action Slacks, Odie, Pixel, and Fog!
I gotta do the slack squawk as well.
What are you doing?
You.
I gotta do the slack squawk.
Bunch of clowns.
It's a shuffle.
It's a shuffle?
People like it.
Oh.
Do they allow? Yes. They cheered, so yeah, they did. Good morning.
Morning.
Who's excited for today?
It's building there. It's building there. We got a good start, first 2 series.
We have 6 teams still left, and at the end of the day, we'll have 3. 3? Yes. Woo!
3 lower brackets today.
As every Dota player, of course, at home, I love sadness, I love misery. Bringing it to my enemies, we're going to see so much sadness here today from top teams.
I mean, VP or Secret are going home today. Let that sink in really quickly. One of those teams is for sure going home.
So many disappointed fans. Yes.
I'm I mean, some people get excited for, that. Some people just for the Dota being played and being exciting matches.
Yeah, loser. We're really excited about sadness here.
Well, before you get excited about sadness, let's get excited about something else first, because we're going to talk about yesterday. That's right. We had upper bracket semifinals yesterday. We have 2 of our top 3 known. Fnatic and VG Gaming made it through the upper bracket. Oh, and what was your impression of yesterday and yesterday's games?
I mean, mainly just looking back at the last series of the day, the fact that Fnatic were so good and Keen were so underwhelming. I mean, Fnatic, they look like they can take it all. They absolutely do. This is some of the best Dota that I've seen this Fnatic roster played in a while. It's very evident they're putting in a lot of hard work. They're now at a point where I don't know who could take them on. I thought Keen Gaming would at least give them some sort of a challenge, but that series yesterday, it wasn't even close. It was a 2-0 stomp from Fnatic.
It really was. Fogged. Your impression?
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely was. Fnatic played super well. Keen looked a bit different than usual. I think also we had the Vici LGD series, at least for me, was a bit strange. I actually expected both teams to play a little bit better, just from what we'd seen in the last few days for them, in particular Vici. They ended up taking away with it with that last pick Brood, but I thought that we would see like a little bit of a higher caliber from these 2 teams.
Yeah, do you feel maybe the fact that they hadn't played for a couple days had maybe a little bit of an impact there?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you got stadium too, you got crowds. It adds to the pressure and everything. For the most part, they've been playing in hotels, a closed studio. I mean, the faces of the Swedish warriors out there, it's nerve-wracking.
And awesome. And awesome. He means awesome.
No, it's nerve-wracking. They came from Vikings. That's terrifying.
And awesome. I can watch it both ways. We're going back to the Dragon Knight discussion if we continue that road.
True.
But let's move on then, because 6 teams remaining. There are 2 teams that have a little bit of a different coach scenario compared to the other 4. Let's talk a little bit about coaches. We haven't really done that all event so far, and obviously they're playing a big part. Better yet, they're playing a massive part when it comes to those 4 teams that we saw yesterday in those upper bracket, because those have the coaches that actively draft for their players.
And they had a what, 5-day break? That's where it's like, all right, coach, it's time. It's your turn. We're gonna go play pubs. Go watch 400 replays. Thank you. So I think that's, yeah, especially when you have those breaks, I think the coach matters even more. So.
Yeah, is that something that we're going to see more of? Because obviously both Sunby and Arzik, coaches of Secret and Fnatic, Secret and VP, they are coaches that don't draft for the captain. They are coaches that just advise and are like the right hand of the team. Is that something that we are going to see people shift out of, you think, Jake?
It's an interesting argument. It's kind of chicken and the egg, right? You have all these top teams that always have these very dedicated coaches, but would they have coaches if they weren't top teams? Would they be top teams without the coaches? It's a difficult question, but it certainly doesn't hurt to have somebody that's taking a step back from your games, not as invested, and is able to take those critical looks at everything. And names like Sunby, he has been an incredible guy for a long time when it comes to advice. So it certainly makes a difference.
It does indeed. Owen, last comment on this topic, in-game leadership. Obviously, a coach cannot do that. So you still need that extra person to help in-game as well, right?
Yeah, a lot of it is to do with, I feel as well, how close the coach is with the team. I mean, as you say, you're going to have the person in the game that's drafted if it's one of your players. And sometimes that's going to mean that he's selected the hero. And sure, you're obviously going to talk during the draft with your coach, but maybe the coach wasn't able to tell you everything during the drafting, 100% of why this draft was his idea. But if you're in the game with the person that actually selected that final decisive hero, for some teams, that's going to be a benefit. They're going to be able to keep that discussion going throughout the game, whereas if your drafter isn't in the game with you, some information might get lost.
Yeah, we're going to see how the coaches and the players do today. But first, we're going to take a little look back on what happened yesterday, because we had a special guest in the studio.
So I'm Anders Flanders. I'm a professional one-man band, and I've been doing the one-man banding for 8 years. Okay, so it's actually started, I played the bass. When I was 10 years old, I started to play the bass. And then I thought of getting a melody instrument instead, so I bought an accordion. Not this one, but another one. So that was actually the first instrument for the one-man band. And the whole one-man band idea came from Mary Poppins. So 8 years ago I started to build a backpack So I just went out on the street with the accordion, the water tank, and the hi-hat cymbal, just to try it out, just to have some fun. And it ended up with me having, even if I couldn't play it at all, it was like, boom. I got this huge crowd, and I was shocked. And I thought, okay, this was fun.
Duct tapes, tie wraps, a bazillion amount of instruments, and I think also an enormous amount of energy going into Anders Flanders and his performance slacks.
Yeah, I think I was out of his mind. I don't know. I've never done anything that looked that intense in my entire life. I mean, he did it just up on stage. I mean, what kind of gall do you have to put 200 instruments on your back and just go out there and attack stuff?
I can't even play one. I actually can't even play a single instrument.
Not even a drum?
Or
I mean, I could play it. I couldn't really do anything. I get a recorder, but I don't remember okay, what are the notes? Which is the first note? I wouldn't remember.
I know how to do the notes, but you know, I don't want to name them because
I don't remember anything about music, and he's
Not
sitting
even
there
a
playing
kazoo?
290 instruments or whatever.
Owen has a degree in music.
I do, and I'm certified to say that man was absolutely amazing. What he was doing there, you don't go to university to learn. I mean, he said himself, 8 years of sort of practice and preparation, and it shows. That he's a genius, and I'm glad he was able to come here and just share some of the magic with us here in Stockholm.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, right? When he didn't wake up and he was amazing at it at day one. And that was a year in the making that we saw there, and you got to practice something to be able to become super successful at it. And I think that translates to a lot of things in life.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Apart from Sax's paneling, unfortunately.
Excuse me? What the hell? Thank you. one lone person.
You're the best.
You tried. All right, there is, of course, one more topic to talk about, but we don't know what it is. We don't even get told in rehearsal what the topic is that you guys choose for us.
I can't wait.
It is that type of topic. It is the community topic. It's the second to last already. There's a drum roll for it, too. What is community topic of day number 9? Food you tasted and will never eat again.
Food you tasted and will never eat again. All you people care about is video games and food. I'm sick of it.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
All right, Sheaves, what's something that you put in your mouth that you don't ever want to put in there again?
What?
Well, there's that fruit. What's that fruit that stinks?
From
Durian.
Southeast Asia, durian.
Durian. I don't think I like durian.
It wasn't that bad.
I don't mind it. The smell is more overpowering than the taste.
You know, they tricked me. I was told I was doing a tasting thing. It's fun. Let's taste some Southeast Asian snacks. And they said, you have to do this in one go. And it was like a puff pastry. It looks nice and it smelled okay. Because it's all contained, the durian. So in one go, it didn't handle well.
Mine would probably be insects.
Insects?
The covered insects that they have? Especially they had them in
Why
Indonesia.
did you try it in the first place, though?
Because it was like sour cream and onion bumblebee or something. And I was like, it sounds interesting.
What the hell? What are you?
I'm not reading it again, that's the
trapped on a
point.
desert island? What are you talking about? Where did you eat insects?
They had it in Indonesia.
They did?
I believe it
Yeah,
was.
they did. We had a tasting test.
Wow. You guys invite me out to hang out with you for dinner after events. I'm so happy I don't do that.
What did you have that you never want to have again?
Owen, Arby's. Owen first. What do you got?
The only thing probably was something that I wasn't meant to eat anyway, which was, I believe it was one of the events in Poland. They had this beautiful platter of food, and it had some like purple flowers on the top. I thought you could eat them. So I ate it. I was fine for the day, but I believe after we went straight to China, and for that whole event, I just felt like my insides were turning inside out because of these flowers that I consumed from Poland, which were apparently not for the body.
They were decorational flowers.
They really were.
You ate decorations?
I wore them too.
Right?
They were actually all over a lot of the food, so it looked like they were
appealing.
edible. It did look like it.
No, they did not.
Don't eat
They
flowers,
looked
kids.
like a flower piece.
Yeah.
All right, real talk though. I was in Southeast Asia for an event. I think it was one of the ESLs, and they had me eat balut.
Oh, that's the egg that's
Yes.
almost hatched.
So they take a chicken egg and they fertilize it and make a little baby in there, and the chicken starts growing up, and then they cook the chicken inside. So when you eat the chicken fetus and the egg. I lasted half a second.
Was yours crunchy?
Oh, there was a feather in it. I've never vomited so quickly in my entire life. It was in there for half a second.
But it's supposed to be a delicacy, right?
That's what rich people just call shit to mess with poor people. They're like, yes, eat these snails. It's a delicacy. Go ahead, we made them for you.
Snails are actually not bad. They taste like the thing that you garnish them with. So, for example, garlic. If you just put snails in loads of garlic, they just only taste like garlic. The only thing that's weird about them is the texture.
So you're telling me that if you smother them in one of the strongest tasting things in the world, the only thing that's bad about them is everything but the taste. Makes a lot of sense. Those sound great. Nah, but balut is, you got used to it, though. They call it darkness food in the Philippines because they only eat it in, like, dark rooms.
Yeah, when you can't see that that it's about to be chicken.
Yes.
I can't believe you even ate it. I couldn't eat it. They offered it to me, and I was like, that is one I will not venture.
I didn't want to be rude. It was a real bad situation because I, like, puked the first one. I was like, give me another.
Give me another. Oh,
well,
God.
I mean, everyone was, like, watching, and they're like, oh, please. Yeah, don't do that. Whew. That's not good.
Oh, that was a nice community topic, actually. We got some good stories going.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. We're going to have to keep the show moving, though, and which means that it is time for OD Pixel and Fog to make their exit on the stage. And, of course, Thomas and the band will play you guys out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye!
Is there anything you wouldn't do for a content piece? Because I know you tried to balut for a content piece.
Actually, no. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for a content piece. And there's a lot of people that have tried to push that limit, and that limit has gone pretty far. That was an Australia event. They had me do a water obstacle course. Yeah, that went about as good as you thought with me. It kind of looked like a very sad manatee trying to escape a shark. It was amazing. But no, I'll do anything. I don't care.
Wow.
They pay me like $50 to do this every day. I'll do anything.
Tournament organizers take note.
I mean, just shoot me out suggestions from the audience. I don't care.
We are going to look at the audience. We're going to look at some of the signs. You guys have been so amazing at making all the signs. We have had some amazing artwork made, and I already see an awesome brood mother over there. But we're gonna see where the camera is gonna take us at the moment. So we're seeing some LGD sign over there already cheering for the first match of the day, and with a VP claw in front of him. Just be careful there, you guys. Everybody's cheering for good dudes.
Those are just dudes. That's not a sign. What's that one say?
I can be the action panties.
Keep going. Don't stop on that one. Mama? Brood mamas?
Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice. Oh, I like the VP fans out in force here in the sign. Moxie rocks.
She does.
Well,
she does indeed.
Indeed.
Look at that Keen logo. That is so accurate.
Oh, God. Some guy's back there with the liquid sign. Put it down. No. We don't talk about that. Oh, jeez. You know, they said that the Swedes couldn't come out for the early morning. They were here since, like, what, 11 o'clock last night?
Yes.
Wake up at 9, show up again? I love it here, man. We got the best fans.
We really, really do. And the best fans deserve the best people. And we got some of the very best coming to join us right now.
No.
So let's welcome in Moxie and Bulldog.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Morning. Wow. What a crowd.
Look,
Right?
Moxie.
Moxie, you got your own sign.
Hi.
They think you rock. One person. That's good.
Hooray.
How are you guys doing this morning then?
Great. Day 2.
Yeah, it's really good. So many people here on this early.
Right?
Very cool.
That's your fellow Swedes for you.
Yeah.
They just show up early.
We're morning people.
You guys are morning people, actually. This is true.
I hate mornings. I'm awful in the morning. Whew.
But you know, you said content makes you do everything, including getting up early for the day.
Okay, hello.
Hello. All right, let's talk about some Dota, because we are going to have our first matchup coming your way very, very soon. And it is, of course, Virtus Pro and PSG LGD that will take the stage first. And these two teams are in the lower bracket. How did that happen, Bulldog?
Well, we're going into top 6 right now. Like,
Yes.
someone has to be in the lower bracket, and they are here, and they played good opponents, right? And they made a few mistakes here and there. But this matchup is going to be real even, I think, though. LGD, they lost to Vici Gaming, sure, but I feel like they got a little bit outdrafted. I think they played overall better. Like their last big brood, okay, you lost. If they just have an even matchup, I think they're just going to crush this.
How about you, Moxie? We saw Virtus.pro in action, of course, against EG. They crushed it there. Can they continue their road?
I mean, it's all about learning from your mistakes, right? We've heard a lot from these teams saying, sometimes you just have one bad day, especially if you're going through like best of ones or whatever, and as long as you can learn from them and bring it back, you're good.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Jake?
Whatever, man. Both these teams should have been in the top bracket. Giving up so much mercy here. Lower bracket. We're talking about VP, the people with the most majors under their belt. LGD. These are top-tier teams fighting for their lives.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about LG a little bit more in depth, because Moxie, I think I asked you a player that you wanted to highlight from PSG LGD to watch in the series.
I did. I wanted to highlight X-Nova because he is quite the player. You watched in a couple of games, especially yesterday. He was playing the Disruptor. And while the rest of his fight, he would go in, he would get that glimpse, he would go right into that kinetic field, and then the team would run in, start doing the damage, and he was already on his next target. As soon as that was on cooldown, he was fighting another victim. He puts himself in really good positions, too, so that way, say things are not going as well as you might have liked, he's the one who goes down and gets everyone else out. That's a really good support player to me.
That's what you need to do. You help your teammates, you die for the cause whenever needed, but if you can survive, even all the more impressive, and that is what X-Nova does. I also want to see Virtus.pro again, though. They have brought some of the most exciting gameplay, I think, to the Stockholm Major so far. Bulldog, when we talked about Virtus.pro, you wanted to highlight a position 4 player. Yeah,
I want to talk about Roger, because I feel like the strongest teams right now, they got FY, they got Yapsor and FY, and they get so much farm of those heroes, and Roger also gets the farm, but I feel like he needs to have a better scaling hero, because he played like Nyx against EG and doesn't scale super well, and I just feel like they need to give him more space, and he can really just carry the game for his team. So
he played Nyx in all the matches, all 3 games of the series.
Yeah.
It's depressing. Roger's a beautiful unicorn, Put him on a shaman, put him on an Enigma, something that can change this world, not the bug. Bug can only go so far, Mox.
And I remember back in, like a year ago, watching Roger playing Spirit Breaker, and just not a hero that we really see much anymore. But yeah, that was a guy that got things done. Even if he wasn't actually going to be able to connect on those kills, he still taunted right down mid and went for it.
Yeah. We've heard from Virtus.pro a couple of times over the last week, and they've said that they've been working on some things. They said that their energy wasn't as good at the start of the event, but is definitely getting better. And we actually found out what their energy status is right now.
Hello, welcome. We're going to do some photos today. And not ordinary photos. We're going to do photos on the auric field, electromagnetic field. So my boss, David, is going to come here and sit down and take some photos of you. And after that, you're coming to me there. And I have the photo, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about your energy.
Okay, it's fine. I like it.
What do you think is going to happen here today?
Nothing. Yes, that's it.
Have you ever done this before?
No, of course not.
No? Do you know what this is now?
I think so, yes.
Yes. It's your aura.
Do you think it's true? Do you feel like
I
this?
don't.
You have very good intuition, and you're very good at speaking, communicating.
It's maybe not true. I hear Roger once per 3 games, his voice.
I think that many of them were very confident, and they have big auras, and so they are very harmonic, but they are also very focused. It's a very creative, active team, and very aggressive, especially one of them. You have a lot of red. It's very physical, active energy.
打斗大手也比较有激情吧。
So you're a very active person. You need to do things. If you have more projects at once, then you feel very good. You feel good.
I'm very energetic, and I care about others a lot. 就有创造力、活力，还有什么来着？还有忘记了。
Oh, you have a lot of reddish energy, and that's very active energy. Hardworking, grounded, intense. Red is not that usual, so it could get dangerous.
反正跟雪莹就是了，可能也是我死了。
Either them or him. Slacks, I know you've been wanting to respond to these videos for a while, and now you actually have the time if you want to.
I don't know who's coming up with all these dark arts video pieces, but I'm totally into them, man. This is great. The auras. Do you believe in auras, Mox?
You know, yeah, why not? I'm a flat earther, so I might as well believe in auras too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
People that haven't seen that red button are going to be so confused right now.
Yeah. Yep,
well,
yeah,
no,
they are.
Won't. She's a flat earther, and she said everything.
Not really.
All right.
Oh, Sweden. What have
you know what? It is time to get this matchup started, and of course, to do so, we're going to need some players on stage. So Thomas in the band, please play us in PSG LGD and Virtus Pro.
Hell yeah!
Oh, one of them's got to shake it.
You gotta shake the head.
Shake hand,
Shake the head.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes!
Good sportsmanship.
I like how we've gotten, you know, the last player at least.
Why
humor
don't they all shake hands? We ask them to every time.
They're all warmed up, man. Those
At
hands are
least one do
important.
it. That's all. You only need one to do it anyway. You should be the captain in the back though, but you know, Ramses, he's the leader now.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, you know, you need professionalism, needs to shake hands, you know, but your hands are also your tool that you work with.
Right.
Yeah. Did you ever maliciously give someone a super, super duper strong handshake?
No, but I don't, you know, wipe sometimes with my hands. So you know, you just gotta.
Oh. What?
You know, it works. You send out bacteria to them.
That's the long
and then they get
con.
thick. We see it all the time in tournaments.
I never thought I'd be getting closer to Slacks on this couch, but
all right.
Been
You know what?
No.
I'm just gonna ask Bulldog to wash his hands. We'll be back in a minute.